Hi everyone, welcome to lesson 80 from A Course in Miracles, the workbook. My name's Janet Melody, and yes, we're on the final lesson of this set. So lesson 80, if you're ready. Let me recognize my problems have been solved. That's today's lesson. That's the one we're going to be thinking about today, throughout the day, and working on towards. You know, it's a continuation from yesterday's lesson, so which was, as you may recall, let me recognize the problem so it can be solved. Now we're let me recognize the problem that it has been solved, basically. So it's gone. There is no problems, right? That's it. Just get on with your day. No problems. If only life was that simple, right? Wouldn't it be lovely? Yeah, and it can be, but we're this thing over here has been trained for so long that it needs a bit of untraining, and that's what we're doing. So let's get reading today's lesson, and if you want to learn more and find out more about this lesson, the links are under this video. So if you are willing to recognize your problems, you will recognize that you have no problems. Your one central problem has been answered, and you have no other. Therefore, you must be at peace. Salvation thus depends on recognizing this one problem and understanding that it has been solved. One problem, one solution. Salvation is accomplished. Freedom from conflict has been given you. Accept that fact and you are ready to take your rightful place in God's plan for salvation, or in love's plan for salvation, or the universe's plan for salvation, whatever feels like you can align with. That's what you want to be thinking about today, because that is the answer to all our problems, is the alignment with our source, with what brought us here. It's like we get into that and we are light. We stand out of that and we are in suffering, darkness, all the problems, grievances, blah, 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 and all they go on and on and on. So yes, just get into alignment. And being in alignment means your problems are solved. Your only problem has been solved. Repeat this over and over to yourself today with gratitude and conviction. You have recognized your only problem, opening the way for the Holy Spirit to give you God's answer. You have laid deception aside and seen the light of truth. You have accepted salvation for yourself by bringing the problem to the answer. And you can recognize the answer because the problem has been identified. Yeah, because we now know. We know when we're feeling not so good, when we're feeling ill, when we're feeling angry, when we're feeling depressed, when we're feeling all of these things out of alignment, when we think things are wrong in the world. We have stepped out of our light. So when we get into the light, it's like, all is well. But when we step out, all is not well. All this, look at that, where's the problem? What needs to be solved? Oh yeah, I've got to solve this. You're not going to solve any of it till you get back into alignment, and it's simple. It's solved. There's nothing else to solve. You are entitled to peace today. A problem that has been resolved cannot trouble you. Only be certain you do not forget that all problems are the same. Their many forms will not deceive you while you remember this. One problem, one solution. Accept the peace this simple statement brings. So yeah, it doesn't matter what form a problem takes today, know that it's solved. You've got the answer. You've got the answer to all of your problems now, every single one. Think of that with conviction. Anything that comes up, anything. And the mind can bring a myriad of things up. All of them are now solvable because you know your salvation lies in your connection to your source, being in alignment with that. And when you separate from that, you're going to suffer and you're not going to feel good because you're not connected to the abundance of life. You're disconnected. You're trying to make your own. And it's like, why do that when the source knows you, loves you, and just wants the best for you? It's not trying to pull you into its light to make you do something you don't actually want, and love and peace and all of these things that make you happy. They're all there. So we need to get into alignment with it. In our longer practice periods today, we will claim the peace that must be ours when the problem and the answer have been brought together. The problem must be gone because God's answer cannot fail. Having recognized one, you have recognized the other. The solution is inherent in the problem. You are answered and have accepted the answer. You are saved. Now let the peace that your acceptance brings be given you. Close your eyes and receive your reward. Recognize that your problems have been solved. Recognize that you are out of conflict, free and at peace. Above all, remember that you have one problem and that the problem has one solution. It is in this that the simplicity of salvation lies. It is because of this that it is guaranteed to work. So starting the longer practice periods really with the conviction that we know that our problems are solved, they're solved, then closing our eyes and feeling into that presence of being in the peace and love of salvation, knowing that I don't have any problems. I just have stepped out of my light. I step back into my light and my life is guided beautifully. I see life with love. I see all others with love. Doesn't matter what they're doing. They've just stepped out. See the source in them. When you see the source in them, you see the source in you. Remember, it's the remembering that the light is within me. I stand within the light connects with me, and then my days, my world, everything changes. Assure yourself often today that your problems have been solved. Repeat the idea with deep conviction as frequently as possible, and be particularly sure to apply the idea to any specific problem that may arise. Say quickly, let me recognize this problem has been solved. So that's what we're doing as well throughout the day. Anytime, any kind of problem that you think has come up, could be something's not going right at work, you're having an issue with somebody in your relationships, your health might not be great, it's like all of these things. Step into the truth of who you are. Step into the light. Feel the light heal you. Feel the light bring the resolutions. Feel the light just bring the light, the love into your heart, into your soul, and just like let it just rise and give you that so truthful knowing that, you are saved. In any moment you are saved. Let us be determined not to collect grievances today. Let us be determined to be free of problems that do not exist. The means is simply honesty. The means is simple honesty. Do not deceive yourself about what the problem is, and you must recognize it has been solved. Yeah, I'm sure you want to just say, no, this can't be the case. I haven't lived my life like this because this, and this. I'm working on this. This is where my answers are all going to come from. And it's hard for us to want to believe that the simplicity is just to reconnect. And everyone's like, well, how do I reconnect? It's just a simple, faith and understanding and knowingness that you really are. You haven't left your source. It's not like you're outside of something. You're in your source. You're just not awake to it. So you're always in light. It's like we need to sort of, like a flower, blossom into that light, because we're kind of like in a little dark shell, kind of like trying to make this single unit the thing that has to go where we think we've got to push it. Well, we don't. We need to just let this single unit mold into the whole, and then it is brought forward. It's moved forward in life where it's meant to go. It's like we've all got a piece in this world that we play as a whole beautiful whole. And when we play our individual parts in this unison, it's just, you can feel it. Like me saying that makes me feel this beauty of what that is. And I can't describe it in words. It's like knowing that when my light is shining, when I see others' lights shining, and we're coming together as a union by being the light for one another, it feels wonderful. It feels wonderful. And life is truly wonderful. It really is. You've just got to allow it to unravel. Be patient with it. Have faith in it. Send your desires. It knows what your desires are and it will bring them forth for you. And know and trust that that is the case. You don't have to force anything. Just every day you take action towards what your heart is telling you to do. And when you do that, life flows. It's like when you're forcing something, when you're forcing happiness, you're forcing love, you're forcing all of these things, it doesn't bring happiness. It's like we expect our relationships to be the things that solve us. That person has to make you happy. They can't make you happy. You have to make you happy. And in you being happy, there's like an unfolding in the other person's happiness as well, because you're not like expecting anything of them. You're just letting them be the light. Let them be the light. Let you be the light. And then just, that is when two people are happy and you go forth like that. Not that you've got to be like this so that I can be happy, or I've got to be like that for you to be happy. That's pulling each other into, not your divine light. It's like you're trying to pull each other into your light. That's never going to work. Stay in your lane, but come together in the great all wholeness. I hope this is making sense and you're able to understand this. And it's just really trying to get us to see that the light is our home. All our answers are solved when we step into that light. It will guide us. We just follow the little signals. It knows what's going to make us happy, and we follow that, and life is well and good. So I love this lesson today, that knowing that all my problems are solved. And I think you think you have so many problems and then there's one solution. It's like it's such a weight lifted, and it brings light to everything that is causing darkness in your day. That's what it does. It brings the light, this lesson. It's lovely. So enjoy the practices. Make sure no grievances today. Nothing, no problems. They're all solved. Have the conviction. Follow it through and let the light dawn on you. Thanks for listening, everyone. Take care. Bye.